She's the homie.
All right, what about now? Still bad?
We're gonna take it. It's fine. Like
Oh my gosh,
everyone,
are you sure?
yeah, everyone loves you, man. No one's gonna care about how this
Oh my
looks,
gosh, my
man.
big old fat legs. I'm gonna hold it. I
Legs
got
are
those
fine.
not no athlete legs anymore. Got mom
Again,
legs
guys,
now.
welcome our special guest, man. Good friend of mine. She had 22 top
Wait, is this
25
live?
finish. No, this ain't live, man. This is recorded, but I'm still going to intro you. I might leave that in for the sarcasm of it, though. But she had 22 top 25s on the LPGA Tour, 10 top 10s, and she has the best personality I've ever had on Golf and Gospel. And she's a Gospel Golf winner. And she was inducted in the Kentucky Hall of Fame in 2025. My dog, Emma Talley, here to break down everything with the Chevron Championship, which is again like the Masters for the LPGA. First off, Emma, this is my homie Nate. Played college golf in Nebraska. He's a stick. He won't say he is, but I'm gonna keep on gassing my guy up. He's a pretty good golfer. Probably not to where he wants it, but he gets mad like if he shoots like 76. And I'm like, I wish I was shooting 76. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. But Emma, let's just let people catch up to how things have been going, man. So I would love to know how motherhood has been for you, as I'm also a new father, but I definitely want to hear how motherhood has been for you, as well as how has post sports transition been for you.
Well, nice to meet you, Nate, via
Hello.
whatever you call these fancy things these
Riverside.
days. Riverside. I get the whole golf thing. I mean, I was good like a year and a half ago, and I'm just not very good anymore. But me and Patrick played in a couples thing on Friday night, and it was
Nice.
alternate shot, and we won.
Probably just
There
Woo!
we go.
you probably
Nice.
killed everybody. I don't know, probably more
I
than
think we
one.
won't be
Yeah,
invited. I don't think we're going to be invited back. That's okay. We were guests
unfair.
of some other couples, and I'm like, I don't know if we'll get invited back, but that's okay. It was fun. It was really fun. But
That's
I'm
awesome.
just now starting to play golf again, which has been really cool. Just like a different dynamic. I bring the baby. She's 10 months old.
Yeah.
I take her out with me, and she sits in this. She'll still sit in the stroller, which is great. So I just get a couple toys, and I'm out. I'm able to hit a few balls, and she just watches. I'm definitely going to be that golf parent. We have like stuffed clubs, and I go back and forth, and then I make her do it every day. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm working on it already. But yeah,
Uh-oh. Oh, she's getting a phone call. I think did you
Sorry,
get a phone
you
call?
cut out.
no, no. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
it said Emma's okay, I think you're good now. It said Emma had an
Okay.
incoming call, but you're good now.
Oh, maybe I did.
Yeah.
My phone doesn't even tell me when I have missed calls.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah. So if I'm being truly honest with you, I think going from a professional athlete into motherhood and then also just normal life, like I hit them all at the same time, which was very difficult, I think.
Yeah.
Now looking
Yeah.
back, motherhood's starting to become easier, but those first few months, you're kind of like in la la land. Your body and your emotions are all over the place, and then you're trying to keep this little precious human alive.
Yeah.
Mine slept great for like 3 months, and then she stopped sleeping, so she still doesn't sleep good. But yeah, it's just a lot to take on for your first child, so it's a huge blessing,
For
but
sure.
it's definitely a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. I thought I was just gonna roll with this and it was gonna be super easy because I love kids, but it's definitely been harder, but way better than ever. So yeah, that's been a wonderful blessing. But yeah, I think that going from professional athlete to just a normal life has been very difficult for me. I'm
Mhm.
just now starting to feel like myself again. But I still have no idea what I'm doing with my life. And I think that I can say that a lot of people feel like that. The more I talk to like other professional athletes and just people that are trained, even people who are just trying to figure out, hey, I don't like my job. What am I going to do next? I
Yeah.
think it's just a hard being in your early to mid 30s is like a midlife crisis that no
Low
one
key.
talks about.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
Especially post sports.
yeah, it's just been very difficult because, you spend all your time. Every decision I ever made was for golf, and now
Mhm.
nothing matters about golf. So
Yeah.
it's been way harder than I ever expected. But I've got a good village around me, so they keep me accountable and very thankful for friends that are doing it at the same time as me. I have several friends that retired at the same time that I did and had children. So that's been a nice little community to rely on and kind of check in with each other. I'm very thankful for that. But I'm just now feeling like myself, but I still have no idea what I want to do with my life, and I kind of need to start figuring that out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, in a roundabout way, it's been hard, but I will figure it out eventually. But if anyone else is going through a hard time, I feel you. I'm there with you,
Yeah.
praying for you as well because it's
Yeah.
hard. I used to
Yeah.
make fun of, like, not make fun of, but you see the NFL players who like go bankrupt after a year of playing, and I was like,
Yeah.
who
That's
are these
crazy.
people? Like, how does that
After a
happen?
year.
And now I'm
Yeah.
like, I get it. I get how that
Yeah.
happens because you
Yeah.
get used to living a certain lifestyle and then it just ends and you're like, wait, what do I do now? I have to budget my life.
Right.
So
Right.
it's just different. So yeah, it's been a really big whirlwind. Whatever you say,
Yeah.
whirlwind. I can't say
Whirlwind.
that
Yeah.
word. I
Oh
did go
yeah.
to speech therapy when I was little, so that's a word I need to
You're
work
doing
on.
great. You're doing great.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, Emma, because I
Oh,
say the same thing. Like when obviously I played football all my life, and then you finish playing a sport, and it's like, man, I wasn't able to gain any other skills outside of football. So like, what do I do from now? And
I
then like
know.
when you want to like kind of like, but for me, like I want to do like these internships. It's like, do we really want this 34-year-old guy or this fresh hot shot out of college who's
Yes.
22? So it's like, how can I gain
Yes.
experience in something if I've never had the ability to gain experience
Exactly,
and
and then it's
stuff?
like they want experience, but they also wanna pay you like a 20-year-old, and you're like, "Wait, I'm married and have a child, like, I can't be paid that." So it just feels like a little bit of a lost you're a little lost for a
Mm,
moment.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's a weird place to be in, for sure.
Very weird, very weird. But yeah, I mean, obviously, we do have a hope that we trust in the Lord to provide. But man, we hope that He also directs our steps to like what our next purpose is too. And I think
Yes.
our issue is it's like, man, we're so impatient from that. But He could be saying like, yo, you played golf for this long, you played football for this long, like take some time off, enjoy the fruits of your labor, and then He will provide. I'm hoping that's the case and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
know He has our best interest in hand for us, whatever fulfills His will.
Mhm.
Next question I have too for you is I want to word this properly. I'm gonna try to read it off
You
great.
can just say it, you know
Yes.
me.
Yeah. Do you feel as if other women in golf support women's golf, I mean, from a viewership and like updated to the game perspective? And I ask this question because outside of you, Emma, when I talk to my other friends who are in golf or play golf, and I'd be like, yo, do you see what Lauren Coggin just did on hole 17 or this? They have absolutely no idea what's going on. But there's
Yeah.
this notion that we want to see more support towards women's golf. But it's like, I don't
Mhm.
even see women in women's golf supporting women's golf. So I would love for you
Yeah.
to answer that question.
Well, I have a longer answer, of course, because I
Have it.
talk a lot,
Please
but
do it.
I
Do it.
have
please,
this
yes.
whole thing about the PGA Tour versus the LPGA Tour fans and players. So, like, as a PGA Tour player, you get to see them like Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. You see them at like 15 years old as amateurs going and playing the whatever RBC, whatever they
Yeah,
played in.
Harris. Yep.
And then you get to see them like through college, and then they go on Corn Ferry, then they get their car, then they get married, then they have a baby, then they're all of a sudden like 40 and they're still beating the young guys, and you become like real fans of them and of their like life. And you get
And
to
you like
see them
grew
as
up with
like
them.
senior. Yeah, you grow up with these people. It's like Justin Bieber, like we know him. And it's the same thing. Like you kind of get to know these men golfers through their life. And I think as a woman golfer, I don't want to say for every tour player, but I just feel like there's this it's really hard because we only have like 5 to 7 years if you want a family. And then,
Yes.
as
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like we retire and then it's like, boom, have a family. And then, to be quite honest with you, only the top like 10 to 15 make enough money where they don't have to go get another job. So I think just the women in general, I think we all support each other like fully,
Yeah.
but I think we don't have as much time on our hands to really invest in it because we're either mothers, new mothers, or we just had to, like what you said, go get a job at wherever and start at the bottom. We're like, now we're grinding in a
Yeah.
job. So
Yeah.
I have several friends that, that are mothers and they're working. And so, like, how can you expect them to be able to, like, get on the LPGA.com when they're feeding their baby and going to work for 8 hours a day, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's just this. I think we all want to support it. I think it's just hard in the environment that we're in.
Mm.
Whereas the men, I'm sorry, but y'all just have it easier when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
babies and
That makes sense.
all the
That makes sense.
things.
And pro
Do you
sports, yeah.
do you
Yeah, and they
do you
make
think
so much money that they can
for
like
sure?
retire and still be part of the game and travel and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Do you think that also applies to women who are currently in golf still? Because like, so for example, like if I talk to one of my Epson Tour friends, oh, Mal Sago just won the Chevron. They're like, oh, well, I didn't even watch Chevron. It's like, why aren't you watching this? Because if we want more
They just
viewership,
so
to,
in their things. Like same thing. Like they don't care about the LPGA, they care about the Epson tour.
well, my whole reason for saying it is like, because you ask each individual, like, do you want to see more support in women's golf? And they'll be like, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like, why aren't you supporting women's golf outside
Yeah,
of
yeah,
your
yeah.
show? That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
But I
Yeah.
think it's one of those things, and maybe I'm asking a bad question, but I'm gonna
That's
tell
fine.
you, like,
Yeah,
when
please.
you were playing football, did you know, like, what was happening with so and so's plays the night of their game? Like, you probably knew if they played, but you probably didn't know their stats.
We kind of almost do a little bit because like it's
Like, if
just
you were
like
playing in California and somebody was playing in Baltimore, like, as soon as you got off the bus, like, you kind of knew.
yeah, we it's like a floor. We're like, oh shoot, like Lamar did this or like so and so like it.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, but like that's
Updates,
just
yeah.
yeah, it's
It
just
is.
yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know.
and
It's
that
not like that.
yeah. And the only reason why I
Yeah.
pose that question because maybe me and Nate are biased, but we love women's golf. We want to
Yeah.
see more people support women's golf,
Me too.
and I want it to be something more so like that we're walking out, not just saying because oh, women's sports like just support women. But it's like okay, let me see you go to the Ford Championship. Let me see you go to the
Yes.
Chevron, or do something to that manner where you're actually in the field, like support women's golf. And
Mhm.
that's why I'm grateful for the relationships I have on the LPGA, on the Epson Tour, the NXXT. Don't really know anybody in the Women's All Pro Tour, but like I'm so grateful for those relationships. And like anytime I get to uplift y'all or go watch that tournament or go to that tournament, like I want to go and
Yeah.
support women's golf. So that was really like my heart behind
Yeah,
asking that question.
I think people want to support. I just don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't
Yeah,
happen
I don't know
more.
either. Yeah,
What's the hurdle? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Like I said,
And I
I
do
mean,
think
yeah,
back in the day, until this year, it wasn't on TV
yeah. We
as
went live.
much.
Yeah, it went live. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. We know
Yeah,
that
so
for
it was
sure.
harder until probably this year because now we are being televised a little better now
Yeah,
than we were.
I guess just like again, maybe I'm biased just because I'm a nerd, but it's just like, how you know that, Grace Kim won the Evian, man. Grace Kim won the Evian, like in the playoff. Like, how do you not know that? Like, that was a great playoff. Or like,
It
yo,
was so good.
Maya
That was
won the
exciting.
AIG Open. Like, why? Like, because like if we talk about
Yeah.
football, we'll know like, oh, so and so just Matt Fitzpatrick just won the RBC. Oh, Sony
Do you
Open,
think
Chris Carter
that?
up.
Do you think we're built different too? Because
It could be
like
that. It could be that
my day to day, I never really think about anything other than like what I'm doing at the moment. For example, I'm like, okay, what are we gonna have for dinner? I need to do the
for sure.
laundry. Like, I need to go run these errands. I never think about sports until I
I
have
think
like a downtime.
for the
I
most
might
part,
be a
girls don't really think about sports. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I
and
I
that
don't
can be
think
the
they
answer. That can be the
do.
answer. That can be
Yes,
the answer.
I do think I'm like that's why when like people are like oh women should support women. I'm like I hope this doesn't make me sound like an anti-feminist or anything like that. But I think like girls need the support of men as well. And because
Yeah.
the guys are people that are really gonna tune into sports. Guys are gonna be more like, and I hate to say this, but sports betting made viewership increase crazily.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think like guys are going to be more likely to bet on sports and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
think the women do need help from men, but I think
Mhm.
if women support women too, that would be also fantastic to see. So then it's just more widely available.
Agree.
Yeah.
Nate's on to something.
Yeah. So if
I'm
me
not
and you
I'm not
listen to
doing
this,
any
man.
sports betting.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
You know? I'm
but
down
I
for
do.
that.
It does enhance your interaction with the sport when you do, because
yeah,
Yes.
now you're like, Gene Cupshaw, I need you to make this birdie on hole 18. Heck, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
um,
Exactly.
yeah. But I hope it
I'm gonna
that
think on that and I'll get back to you.
yeah, okay, yeah. Because I mean, I just hope that, well, at least from a man's perspective, man, like if you really want to enhance women's sports, like go out there and like go check out, a local high school women's game or college, or again, if the Ford Championship, the Epson Tours in Arizona, wherever you are, like go watch them play because they are
Yeah.
very good. I have not beat one of y'all yet. I don't think I'm
You're
close to
not
beating one.
gonna.
Yeah, I don't think I
You're not
now
gonna-
now one of my friends now Andrea Mendoza, who's the woman's All Pro Tour. I played it straight up, and I was close. It came down to the last two holes, and unfortunately, I got a
Nice.
triple and I lost. And I was like, bruh, I was so there. Yeah, so that was probably the only time I was like close. And I played Gina Kim very well. She gave me 7 strokes. I got a quad, and that's what separated me. But outside of that, it was
Oh,
like par,
we got
birdie,
to get rid of
par,
those
bogey.
big numbers.
I know I'm working
Yeah.
on. Me and they went to the range yesterday, and it was a horrendous day for me. But I'm hoping at some point, man, I just see it click
Found something
because
at the end though with
I
Quintin
did
Tin,
what
dude.
Quentin
Shout out.
came in and
Yeah.
tried to help me. Yeah. Last question I got for you, Emma, before we get into the Chevron Championship, which I guess was still on the topic of the Chevron Championship. I believe you had your best finish in 2018. Did you finish
I didn't never
37?
play good there.
Oh, I do. I still want to know
Played my
about you.
best at the Craft Nabisco, which that's what it used to be called
Yeah,
back
then
in
that's
like 2015 or
then let's talk
something
about
crazy.
that. Talk about that experience still being ready to play in a major. What is preparation like? What is your mindset like?
Yeah.
Because I've never been to the Super Bowl. The closest I got was we lost in the divisionals versus the Patriots and Tom Brady at the time. So I've never got to like the big stage. Like how is preparation for it. So I would love to know how you prepare for it.
Well, personally, I always prepared like it was any other event. And I think that if you ask most of the tour players, they would say the same thing. I
Hmm.
would say the top players, the one thing that they do differently, most of them, not all of them, because some of them don't believe in this, but a lot of them will take off the week before so they can
Nelly
go and like
Nelly just did
practice
it.
and get.
Charlie did it this
Um,
week.
a
Gino
lot of
did it
them
this
did.
week. Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, but like it went way further down than normal. And this is like a huge event for us. JM Eagle is a huge event for us.
They just
It's
increased
just
the
right
purse
before a
too.
major. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just right before a major. So that's why
Mm,
all the girls like took off.
yeah.
So for me personally, that wasn't good for me. Now I did have to time it out. Like I didn't I always played well like the third week in a row. I didn't if it was the fourth week, I didn't play as well. So as you play on tour, like you kind of figure that out. Like, hey, I'm better that first week or I'm better that second week. And there's reasons for that, for different people. But for
Yeah.
me, it was because I would just do too much. Because I was middle of the pack always kind of when I was on tour. Like I was never top 20. A few times I was down at the bottom, but for the most part, I was like in that middle. And yeah, so for me, like I just try to stay consistent. I had to play more events than the top like 15, 20 girls did. So I couldn't just like choose every time there was a major not to
Yeah.
play because throughout the year, that's how you get into the
Right.
majors
Right.
is like by playing.
Right.
So anyways, for me, I just had to keep it consistent. I would say definitely, and this is kind of every week, but make sure like that your setup is good and like all the little things, you're doing all the little things correctly. Because at the end of the day, like it's all about for me, it was all always about like fairways. If I could get in the fairways and majors, like that was huge because where Chevron used to be played, the rough is always way thicker. It's way
Hmm.
tighter. So like
In
for
Palm
me
Springs, right?
personally, yeah, in Palm
Yeah.
Springs. So like if I could hit the fairways, I was good to go because I'm a good putter. But that rough is just killer, especially really all of our majors. The rough is just so thick, and because women's ball speeds, club head speeds not as fast. Like it's harder to get through that rough than it is for the guys. And that's why you see like Lexi and Nelly and those long hitters, they don't struggle as much out of the rough because they do have that higher ball speed. Which is for me, I wasn't one of the long hitters. So for me, being in the fairway was like very key for me. So that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. When I had my panel with Roseanne, Paularito, Gina, and Haley, Haley talked about her experience at the Women's U.S. Open. She finished T7. And I was like, man, what was the key for you to obviously finish in the top 10? She said fairways. Because if I was in the
Hmm.
rough, it was hard getting out the rough. So, like, we didn't try to do anything extraordinary, but stay in the fairway. And then she said we were not attacking pins. Middle of the
Yep.
green, two putt, get out. Middle, and that I remember when I
Yep.
was talking to Lita Lilly, she told me that
Eliminate the
same thing.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
staying leader did say that. Yeah, so hitting from the
That's what it's
fairways.
all about.
Yeah, yeah, and I keep trying to do that with my game, but some way I'm always gonna leak over
Well,
to
you're
the
gonna
rough.
have you're gonna have bad shots, but it's how you recover too, right?
That's true.
That's where the short
Family.
game comes in, and that's where those 100 yard and in comes from. Like if I'm in the rough behind a tree, punch out to 100 and know I can get up
Get
and
to your
down
spot.
for a par. Yeah,
Great take. Great take.
yeah.
All right, like we said, guys, another week of a major, the Chevron. Everyone keeps thinking, oh, we gotta wait till PJ Championship. No, you can watch Chevron this weekend at the Memorial Golf Park in Houston. This is probably want to be one of the longer courses that the LPGA plays on. It's about 6,811 yards, so it's probably going to favor a big hitter. We saw that come through for Gary Woodland this year and last year. Minwoo Lee, two of the bigger hitters on the PGA Tour. But we're going to do the same thing we always do: 3 winners, 2 dark horses. Let's go one by one each. Emma, as our guest, I would love to know who will be your first pick to possibly win the Chevron.
Mine is Hannah Green. Not a surprise, I think, to anyone. Balling
Especially not
out
me.
this year,
Yeah.
and she hits it far and she hits it straight, and she's a
Yeah.
great putter. So, that would be my first one because I don't want y'all to take it.
I mean, it's already in my notes, and so I just said, man, she obviously didn't make the cut at Shadow Creek, but I think she was acclimating coming back stateside. But she already has 2 wins on the LET, and she has 1 on the LPGA. And right now, currently, as we're recording, she's T2 at JM Eagle, and she's playing
Mhm.
very, very well. Yes, yes. The other thing that's impressive, not only that she big off the tee, she's been a very good iron player this year. Green regulation percentage, she's 76.11, which is ranked 6th in putts per green regulation. She's ranked 14th, and she gets better as the tournament progresses. Round 1 scoring average, she's
Mhm.
71, ranked 55th. She gets to round 2, she's ranked 10th. Round 3, she's ranked 5th.
Ooh, I
Round
like
4, she's ranked
that.
6th. So we see she progresses and gets better as the tournament
Mhm.
goes on. So I've been raving about Hannah since the second week when she won on LPGA in Asia, and I'm like, it's crazy
Mhm.
because she was 51st in CME Tour Championship, and for some reason she's had this big turnaround and has been playing amazing. Hannah Green is also one of my picks. Yeah, absolutely. Nate,
Well,
Lee,
2
go
years
ahead. Go
ago, if you
ahead.
remember, like, when Nelly was playing so good and won, like, the
Yeah.
7 out
Yes.
of whatever, Hannah
Yeah.
had won 3.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
like, there were, like, 14 tournaments, and Hannah was, like, in the shadow, and she had already won 3 events. And so, like, this girl knows how to win. I think sometimes she gets in the shadow from some of the
Okay.
players because she's just kind of one of those players that doesn't she's not gonna get in your face, she's just
Right.
steady Eddie. Like you said,
Yeah.
like, it's like she just climbs.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so she kinda gets in the shadow sometimes, but she's so good and
She is
has been her
very
whole
good.
career.
Yes. Yeah. Won the Australian Open this year as well.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Nate, who's your first pick, man?
Dude. Okay, so I didn't want to pick Nelly, Hannah, or Hyoju Kim. So,
We try
because
to
I was
really
like, that's
like
too
be
easy.
those guys. Yeah, it'd be too easy. So we try to like
I
really
was
be like,
because
yeah,
Hannah Green is a
Go
surefire.
off.
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
here Hannah and Hyoju are because they're like top 3 in scoring average right now, both of them.
Hmm.
I think Nelly Corda
Yep.
is Nelly Corda is
2, I
up there
think.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hannah Green's number 1 in like everything, and like Hyoju Kim is top 10 in everything strokes gained. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They're they're just killing the game. So, anyways, my thing is I'm gonna go with Hiron Ryu.
Here
She's
on
had
you.
two
Yeah.
top. She's had two top fives and 4 top 10s this year. So, and she's only had like 5 starts. And she had 1 missed cut, but that was at the Ramco. I feel like that can
That
be an
was hard course,
exception.
man. Yeah.
I feel like that was.
Course is brutal.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was an exceptionally hard course. Granted, I think it's going to be hard at Memorial Park as well, but um, she's 12th in strokes game overall, 2 in strokes game approach, and 3 strokes gained off the tee. Emma just talked about how finding fairways is gonna at least bring the floor up a little bit. So I think with her approach being that well and her off the tee being really, really good too, I think even is probably the worst. Around even is gonna be the worst she's gonna shoot. Um, I think she'll, and I don't think this is gonna be like a super low scoring victory. So I think she'll kind of hang in there if
Mm.
she
Mhm.
shoots right around even.
Mhm.
Nice. All right, Emma, who you got your second pick as?
I'm gonna go with Jin Hee M,
Okay.
and I don't think that's a shock either. She played so good last year, all year long. And then this year, she's actually leading. I don't know if she's still leading right now, as we were filming,
Right,
but
right, right.
she was.
Hmm.
And
She was up
she
like 2 strokes, I think.
she was
18
19 under
under.
this week with after 3 rounds.
It's crazy.
And she was ahead by like 6 at one point. I think it's getting closer, but such a good golfer. Her caddy's one of my good friends. So I kind of have, I'm kind
A
of,
little biased.
got to be, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think just like if you look at her stats are just really solid. Like she's good at everything. There's nothing that she's not good at. And she's also just been playing really, really well. And I think sometimes you have to peak at the right time. And I think she's just been kind of climbing this ladder, and I think she's about to peak. So I think she's going to peak next week. I think she's a great player. And like I said, her caddy used to caddy for Hannah Green. And so he knows how to win as well. So there's a little insight for you.
Good take. Currently, she's up 3 strokes right now. Heyron Ryu is T3, 14 under. Hannah Green's even for today. She's still at 13 under. So plenty of golf left to go. But my second pick, which probably would be under the category as a dark horse pick, but man, the more I studied the course and I just looked at the players and statistically who I think it can be, I like Austin Kim. For the
Nice.
PGA, yeah, for the PGA, it seems like a birdie fest, but like I said, we think anywhere from even will probably win here. She's number 4 in driving distance, and this course rewards big hitters. As I said, from the
Mhm.
PGA perspective, Gary Woodland's number 2 in longest drive, and last year, Minwoo Lee, who won, he was top 5 in longest drive as well. And she's number 6 in birdies and ninth in eagles. And if Mauseo can get her first win at the Chevron, I think Austin Kim can get her first win at the
I like
Chevron.
it.
So that's my
We've had a lot of first time winners at Chevron too. So
yeah.
that makes sense.
There we
Actually,
go.
it just majors in general.
Yeah,
Yeah, last year
yeah.
it was like a bunch of first time
Maya
winners, I
Starks,
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maya Starks,
Yeah,
Lots of
Maya
yeah.
first
Starks.
time.
Wasn't Grace Kim? Wasn't that her first win too?
No, that was her second,
Oh,
but she hadn't won
Yeah.
in like 3 years.
And
oh,
then
okay.
I kept saying Yamashita. That's not how you say her last name though.
Yamashita?
Masha, yeah.
Yamashita?
Yeah, that was her first. 'Cause this was her second year on
Yep.
tour. It's her third year now, but last year
Yeah,
was her second year on tour. She was
Yeah.
rookie of the year. Yeah, okay, yeah. So
that's right. That's right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Yamashita, she's my next pick.
Yeah.
So
As she should.
Emma's talking about peaking, and I think she's trending upwards. Like the
She is.
reason why I
Yeah.
picked her was because at the Aramco, she did really well. She was kind of like right
She
around
third?
third,
Yeah.
fourth. I think she finished fourth at the Aramco, but she's number 2 in strokes gained putting and 50 in strokes gained around the green. So I don't know if she's that great off the tee. That's kind of where I have a little caution. But then again, it's like if you can be good around the green, kind of like what Emma was saying, if you can punch out and get up and down from 100, that can really limit the mistakes. And then she can still
Hmm.
go score because she's an amazing putter. So, and yeah, and the fact that I think if we're looking
She's
at like,
trending.
yeah, the stock history, I'm like the stock is about to peak. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Miyu Yamashita.
Yeah. Great
Nice.
take. Great take. Who's your third, Emma?
Okay, well, I'm going to go on a tangent, of course, again, but I'm
Please.
going to talk about Shadow Creek for just a hot second. It is
Please.
so hard.
Hmm.
The greens are so firm, and they really set it
Yes.
up like I would say probably a little too long for us. So therefore, you're hitting like 6 irons into these like really small, narrow greens, so it's hard to stop it. The greens, and oftentimes because of that, then you're short sided, so you have to hit these like pretty batty chip shots to get close, to get up and down. Um, and then it's pretty slopey, like the greens are hard to read.
Hmm.
It's just a hard
A
golf
lot of lip
course.
outs.
I think
Yeah,
we
yeah,
also
we lipped
talked
out
about
a
it too.
lot.
That the shadows too made it hard to
Yes.
read. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like so hard. It's such a hard golf course. And the way they set it up, it's really hard. And then like the times that you might think like from a yardage standpoint, oh, this is a gettable par 5. There's water and you have to like hit a hybrid into it, but then you're gonna be in a back bunker and like hitting towards the water on a downhill slope. Like there's
Yeah.
just lots of little quirks
Yeah,
to
like
Was it
it.
18
was
or
it
like that.
Norcus? Was it Norcus
Yeah.
that skipped the water and got?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But 18's the hole that's like it looks like
Okay,
it
is
should
that
be
crazy?
easy from just a yardage standpoint, but it's not. So for that reason, I think Lauren Coughlin is obviously playing really well.
Yeah.
Because she went off.
She
She was
did.
like
She did.
cruising through that.
Yeah.
And she's obviously won several times, and
She has.
she is a ball striker.
Yeah.
And she used to be, I think she'd be okay with me saying this, like she used to be a terrible putter, and that's why she wasn't like being successful on the tour. And then she started doing these new drills with her putter that were all about like speed. And so she like takes it back so far for each distance. She like um
Oh,
trains during practice rounds, and like it's very interesting like how it works is like that's not how most people
I
putt,
love this
but it
information.
works for her.
Yeah.
And ever since she started doing that, her putting is so good now too. And
Mm,
so for that reason alone, she won a few weeks ago. She didn't play great this week, but she didn't play bad. She
yeah.
made the cut,
Yep.
but she didn't. She was just like whatever. But I
Yeah.
think sometimes that's because you get a little bit of a letdown after a win. So I
Yeah.
think coming to Chevron, a major, she knows how to win. She wants to win a major. Like it's her. I think it's her time to shine soon, at
Yeah.
least this year. So that is why I'm picking Lauren Coughlin because,
I
like
am.
always said, at majors you have to be a ball striker. Like it's so key.
Yeah. I'm rooting for her and the homie John Pond. I've talked to her
Yeah,
husband a few times. I know he played football at Virginia, so that's where
yeah.
our common. Yeah, yeah. So I will be super happy to see her win. And like she said in her interview, man, I'm a PGA Tour winner because she won the Grand Thornton with Andrew Novak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so cool. You talk
Yeah.
about a girl supporting women's sport, that's the
Yeah.
girl right there. She
That's
loves
awesome.
sports and that like yeah, she can talk sports all day long.
I love it, man.
That's
Shout out
great.
to Lauren, man. So my last original pick that's not a dark horse, it does counter my argument in regards to big hitters. However, because of what happened last year at the Chevron, because this person should have won, she didn't duck the chip on 18. I like Araya
Oh,
Jutanagard. Yes, I like Araya
yes.
Jutanagard.
Oh,
Yes, man. Yeah.
That was
Um,
sad.
it was so sad because I want to say I became a fan of her because when I played in the Ford Championship at Seville when you were there, I was playing with Mariah Jutanagard. So I got to really like learn and study about the Jutanagards. So when I saw Mariah there in that 5-person playoff, I'm just like, man, like you have this opportunity to seal it up in that duff. It hurt. I think me and Nate were watching, but like he was at his house and I was like, no way that just happened.
So
And
sad.
yeah, yeah. So it was super sad. But I hope she can avenge herself this
Yes.
week, man. Absolutely, yeah. Putts per green regulation, she's 1.66, which is really good. And she's a top 65 in green and regulation, ranking out of 150 LPGA Tour pros. So if she can obviously not have PTSD, I say that respectfully, from last year, maybe she has a
Yeah.
good opportunity to recoup and win the Chevron.
The good thing is it's at a new course. So
It's
she's,
at a new course, so it probably
sometimes
won't.
it doesn't really, yeah, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, new course.
Yes, yeah,
nothing to
for sure.
trigger the PTSD.
Yeah, nothing,
Those are
nothing. We're in Houston
two
now.
great picks. I was
Yeah.
thinking about going Jutanagar, but I didn't even think about Coughlin. But I'm like, that's a good pick. Um, I'm gonna go. I feel like it's like my third time picking Minji Lee, but I'm gonna go pick her again because
Nice.
her putting is so good. Um,
She had food
I
poisoning
forget.
this week. That's why she withdrew.
I know, but no, but like that'll clear
That's
up. She'll
nothing.
be
That clear
fine
up.
by
Yeah, yeah.
she'll be fine by Houston. I remember I was
Right.
like she when I was about to pick her, I was like she withdrew. And I was like, oh wait, it was food poisoning. She'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You know, it also, kind of, I don't know if she's the girl that would need a week off or anything like that, but I don't think sitting out for the rest of the weekend was going to
Yeah,
be
for sure.
detrimental for her going into this week. She's a known winner. She's a major winner. She won a major last year. But dude, yeah, her putting is just so good. Like she hasn't statistically been that good off the tee, but I think we know she can be good off the tee. She's
Hmm.
definitely not a short hitter. So I don't know if she's
Hmm.
particularly far, but I don't think she's a short hitter. So
No,
Yeah.
she's not.
yeah.
And
So
she was the Annika Major Award winner last year as well.
that's right.
So you got
That's right.
that going
She does
into
well
it
the
too.
majors. She's
Yes.
gonna be like a Max Homa at the very worst,
Oh
at
yeah,
the
because
Masters.
Max
At the
Homa just
Masters.
keeps playing good at the Masters, but having like a terrible season, which is
Yeah.
just not making sense at all. But I
Not
guess
saying
because
Major League's gonna
Augusta's
have a
all,
bad year, but
yeah, for sure. But it's like I
This is
don't know
my
if
philosophy on that because I've thought
on
about
Minji or
that.
Max Homa.
Just like players who play well during majors, but they don't
Okay,
really play well at
please.
other events
Yeah.
because I used to be like that in college golf. I always played well under the big tournaments, like, and that's I only won the two big tournaments. Like, I won a couple little ones, but like I won the big ones, and I think it's because when you're playing a really hard golf course, you have to focus on like you actually have to focus on one shot at a time. And I think it creates this like mentality of like not don't mess up, but you're eliminated when you do get in trouble. It's like okay, eliminate the mistakes. Whereas like if you're on kind of like an easier golf course, you're like, oh, I'm gonna hook this around the tree and I'm gonna try to do something crazy,
Yeah.
and then you hit another tree and you make a triple. You know, so it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
it's kind of like the harder the
that's a good
course,
point.
sometimes it makes you focus. It's like that next level of focus. I
Yeah,
think.
and you stay in the like you're forced to stay in the moment more. Like don't even think about Or you
Yes.
don't think about attacking the pin. You know, you're just like, just get it somewhere
Yes.
playable.
You know
Yes.
what? That makes so much sense. Obviously, I'm not to the caliber of LPGA Tour Pro or PGA Tour Pro, but like when I play my home course out here at Dove Valley, I'll shoot like 86 or something, and like Dove Valley's a tough course. Then I'll go to Silverado, which is just easy. It's only 5,900 yards.
Yeah.
Shoot 86. I'm just like, because I'm thinking like, oh, it's easy. I can just do this. And it's like, I need to have that same mentality that I do at Dove Valley, and it's just like,
Yes.
that's a great point, Emma,
Yeah.
and I need to
If you
start
see
applying that.
Yeah, a good example. If you see a wide open fairway, you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna swing out of my shoes. Whereas
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna
see
try
a
to
narrow
try.
fairway, yeah, you're
Yeah,
like, I gotta hit it in the fairway. I gotta get it in play. So that's a good point.
absolutely, man. Again, guys, if you're listening, please like, subscribe, rate us on all podcast streaming forums. Let's get to our dark horse. We got 2 picks, and we want to make sure we got Emma enough time to go put down her daughter. So, Emma, what is your first dark horse pick?
Okay, I think mine are both really good.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
My first one, I think, is not going to be a shock, and I actually don't think it's a dark horse because, well, it might be a dark horse for the tour, but for this specific event, It's not dark horse. Angel
Okay,
Yin,
good pick.
bomber of the golf
Yeah,
ball, and she
yeah,
loves the Chevron Championship. Like, has
yeah,
played. I think she's finished top 5 in the last 3. Um, so the fact that she just loves this golf course, she hits it so far, and yeah, she something about Houston, she just loves it.
yeah. I remember
And she and
last year
like
when we talked. Oh, go ahead, Emma.
no, sorry. And like I said, she's not really a dark horse because she finished 3rd in Singapore and then she finished
Yep,
well at in Vegas too. So like it's
she
not like
did.
a complete dark horse because she's like I think she's like 16th on CME right now. But she is playing, she's not someone that you're just like, oh, they're playing so good, they've won this year, they're gonna win. They have a chance
Yeah,
to win. So I think
right.
I think it's like an iffy dark horse.
I would consider her a dark horse at just based off how she's been doing recently.
Yeah.
But
I remember we talked about this last year, Emma. You were talking about how she got a new putter, and that kind of really
Yes.
projected her game to like really take
Yes.
off last year. That's a good
Yes.
take. Yeah,
She got a lab putter. She's one of those players that got a lab putter,
Nate
and then she went like off. Yeah,
Nate
I don't
hates
get it, but
lab putter.
everybody.
no, I just
He
I
hates how
hate
it
it
looks.
because it looks bad. I don't.
Yeah,
I'd say I'm just
yeah,
too shallow. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel you.
That is
Thank you.
hilarious. My dark horse pick, man. I like Chizzy Awe, man. She can go low. We saw at the Ford Championship, she went 17 under,
Uh-huh.
and then at the
She was
Honda event, she
leading.
went 21 under. So she has the capability of going low. So out of the Awe twins, I like Chizzy.
She was
Nice.
leading this week. Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
Hmm.
My dark horse gonna be Lottie Woad. What I saw recently, she was struggling a little bit today at the JM Eagle, but she shot 65 yesterday. She's pretty good. She's like 17, ranked 17th strokes gained total. She just struggles with putting a little bit, but it looks like the putter worked a little bit at times this week, and hopefully she carries that momentum into Houston. So,
It's
I
so
actually
hard
thought
because
about her.
yeah, I would say it's so
really,
hard because you
okay.
can never like just guess the right person, man. Because like so many first time winners at the Chevron, Nelly could wake up, but she just keeps finishing second. Because I think
Does.
strokes gained putting, she's ranked like 109, which has been her downfall. So
Yeah. She's
yeah,
in happy land right now, like
yeah,
she's
she's
planning her
engaged.
wedding. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's doing all the
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like it'll take
see,
her a little bit. She's always gonna be at the top and she's probably gonna win one of these events, but she's
yeah.
in
Yeah.
happy land right now.
See, I had that same kind of take with Lexi. I'm like, she just got married. She just got off her honeymoon. She's gonna come here in the Ford and play well, and Lexi didn't play that well.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. Well, who's your last dark horse, Emma?
My last one bombs it as well. Esther Henslight.
The
She's just
German.
someone that I find hasn't won on the LPGA yet, and I'm kind of shocked by that because she is so good. She's won on the LAT several times. She's been on the Solheim Cup several times. So and she's actually there now too. She got there a little early to practice. So just seeing how she plays her game, she hits it far. I think eventually she's gonna win one of these tournaments. So I got to keep her in my back pocket at all times because I just think she is very capable of winning on the LPGA Tour.
So she's in Houston right now practicing. What you're saying?
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
trying the Rory McIlroy approach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have I'm gonna drop
Private
my
jet
kid
though.
off and then
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fly
yeah,
there
yeah.
and then fly home.
Right, she's probably at a
I
hotel
like.
or Airbnb right down the street. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was crazy. Because I first, well, I mean, obviously, I guess you can practice the week before a major, but I remember Betsy, which we'll have Betsy King. I just kind of spoiled. We'll have Betsy King on later. She talked about how, like, I don't know if it was back in the day, but you couldn't go to a location the week before a major.
Yeah.
It had to be 2 weeks.
You
So
can't. Yes. You can't
did
do that.
that change this year?
No, you can go on Sunday though.
Oh, okay.
Because
The week.
yeah, you can go on
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good to
You
know.
can't go like if she didn't play. I actually think, let me take that back. She might have played Jam Eagle and missed the cut. So if you go and play and miss the cut, you can go.
That makes sense then. Okay.
But if you take off, you can't like go
Yes,
on
that's what it
Thursday.
is. That's what it is. Yeah, because I was
Major
like,
League
Nelly's
didn't
out
get-
here.
Major League
Yeah,
didn't
she didn't
get
get food poison. I just needed a reason to go down there.
I need it. She was
The rule
comfortably,
is there.
dude. She was comfortably like gonna make the cut, and
Yeah.
was like, nah, see ya.
And they,
But the rule is there. I really don't. She probably had to ask.
yeah, that's hilarious, Nate. That's funny. She
probably
had
did
food
like
poison.
the,
It just
like,
was.
She probably did like the elementary school, like you just like put oatmeal and be like, oh,
Yeah, just
like, I don't want to.
you won't feel good. Let's just give me. What time's the flight to Houston? Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's like, why do you already have a
Good
flight
point.
booked?
Oh, please, Emma.
I just remember this. Funny enough, you would think Houston and LA, like big, huge airports, but a lot of players didn't play because there was no flight to get them there on Sunday night from LA to Houston. Yeah, so that's why a lot of players ended up like getting out because they were like, well, I can't even get there. And because it's a new course, everyone wants to play on Monday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope Hannah Green doesn't have trouble getting there then.
Doesn't matter. See, in my mind, like if you're playing good, it's golf. Like you only need to see the course like once, right? Like your caddy's gonna walk it.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the regimens are for a tour pro, and I mean, Gina did break it down to me how they do it. I think they just go once and they scout the course, they take notes, and then get ready for pro am stuff like that. They don't go
Yeah.
there multiple times and scout the course
Yeah.
and stuff.
Everyone's different, but Hannah is the chillest person ever.
Yeah.
She will spend hours on the putting green getting her speed like dialed in. She puts all day every day. But she's just so chill. Like she wouldn't care. She'd be like, "Oh, I'll just go on Monday morning. Who cares?"
Yeah.
Dude,
You know.
some of those
But some
people-
players, that's like, ugh.
Dude,
Yeah,
some
I
of those
gotta
people,
get
if
there
they have
Sunday night.
game- Dude, if they have game, it's like they don't really. They just need to know where the pin is, and that's like all.
Yes.
I bet Scotty's like that. And granted, like if you're more familiar with the course, of course it's going to be a little
For
easier.
sure.
But that's not like, oh, I can get really familiar in a week. Like that's my home course familiarity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hannah Green she's got game. She just needs to see it and know where if it goes left or goes right. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
my hope. That's my hope. My last dark horse pick. Obviously, I'm keeping it in the family. I'll take Ake Awe as well. She hasn't shot over
Nice.
par all year. She has not shot over par all year.
Wow.
That's a good
Yeah.
stat.
Yeah.
Did
Her
she play
lowest
at
was
Shadow Creek?
she shot even. Yes. So I
Wow.
made sure to look that up. She shot
Did not
even.
shoot over par and played at Shadow Creek too.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my only thing. I think her sister is a little bit more riskier than her, but she's like the safe, steady Eddie. I think Ake can have a good opportunity to win. They both have one win each, so one of them are going to separate themselves from each other at the Chevron. So that's my second dark horse pick. I keep it in the family.
Nice.
All right, my last dark horse is going to be Grace Kim. We kind of just talked about her. I feel like this is going to be kind of a crowded at the top leaderboard. I don't think anyone's going to get a lot of distance. Granted, someone like Lauren Coughlin can come around, someone like Hannah Green, Hyoju Kim can come around and get a ton of distance, but I get the sense that it'll be a little bit more tightly packed. And Grace Kim did well at the Evian, which was a tightly packed leaderboard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She also
What a
has
comeback.
had no missed cuts this year
Mhm.
and is 14th in strokes game putting. So yeah, there's just no, she doesn't have any like crazy low rounds, but I don't think she's going to need that this week.
Mhm. Yeah. Nice. That's a good one too.
Absolutely. Again, if you're listening, let us know in the comments who you think can win the Chevron. Last question I got for you before we let you go.
Yeah, let's go.
World number one, Gino Titical, not having probably the best season as we would hope for. She did win early on LPGA Asia, but kind of been finishing around like 25th, 32nd. What are your thoughts for Gino going into the Chevron?
I think Gino's a baller.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that it's kind of like one of those things like Nelly, you win us so many times. You can't keep doing that.
For
It's
sure.
like you're gonna have a moment where it's like not everything's going great. And so I think she might be in her valley, which is crazy. That's her valley is top 20s, you know?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I think that there's in no time that will just come right back up. She's a great player.
She's young
Um,
too. Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
so young and she's
Yeah.
proven that she is so good. Like at the beginning of last year, I was like, she is gonna be number one.
You
And she
said
was
that. You did
because
say that. You did say
yeah,
that.
she is just so good. So I don't think there'll be a lot of time in these 25, 30 ranges. I think that will soon just pop right back up. You're never gonna, as you know, Nate, in golf, like you can't just keep going. I mean, even Scotty Scheffler, like eventually he's gonna taper off for like a hot minute and then he'll go back up.
Yeah, he hasn't won since the American Express, and he had those lows when he was finishing like 22nd, 25th,
Yes.
which for anybody else is a great season, as you said with Gina. But for him, it's like this isn't good. And now he just finished back-to-back weeks, finished in second, which we talked about that earlier before you got on. And he kind of choked that playoff away when he missed that 6-iron. But, I think players like Scotty and Nelly kind of spoil our mindset because we have this perception of like, man, you should always be top 3 every
Yeah.
single week. But that's not realistic at
No.
all. So,
There's
Emma, man,
144 events or 144 players every
players.
week. Like it
Yeah,
is crazy. Sorry, players every week, and it's just crazy that there's some of these players. I think about even Tiger's records. I'm like, what in the world?
crazy.
How does that
I know.
happen? When you
Right.
actually play in the professional golf like arena, you're like that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
Yeah.
a few players that are living in la la land, but most of us are just normal old people who miss cuts and make a few and have a few good rounds and a few bad ones.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy because someone of that caliber is probably like the best golfer I would ever see in my life. Like in
It's
playing with you,
crazy.
it's like
Yeah.
this is one of the best golfers I ever played. Because Emma's shot. I mean, you missed a lot of birdies, but like you were like burning edges. I'm just like she is not missing a green. And you missed one fairway, which was the last hole, but then you got your breakfast ball, and then you bombed it, and then you finished with birdie. So it's like, man, this is the
Yeah.
best player I've played with and seen, in my life. So
Thanks.
yeah,
That
so I totally
that's so
understand
funny.
that.
It makes me think of like there was a speech I saw like about how like it's important to be a special teamer in the NFL. It's like there's
That's how I can make my
53
living.
there's 53 starters or 53 players that make a roster and there's 22 starters. So 31 of you guys are going to be playing special teams probably.
Yeah,
Mm,
If you want to like make the roster, and I feel like
right.
that's the bulk of the PGA. And it's like I went to the football fields one time with Jeremy, and I was all like, I think Jeremy might be the best athlete I know
It
because
is.
I
yeah.
watched him run, and it was like, oh, he
Whoa.
ran different than the other
That's
guys,
different.
Yeah.
and it's, and I feel like I don't know,
Yes, I feel that.
yeah, people will play with me and they'll be like, "You're really good at golf," but I'm like, the gap between me and just someone who's marginally making cuts is so far, at least in my head it is, but I'm like, they're really far from me, but
And that's why I always say with Nate, like when we go golf together and I shoot like an 88, he goes like, "Can't believe I shot 74." I'm like, "Dog, you just shot 74, bro. You know what I would do for 74?" So that's why I would say like Nate is actually a good golfer. I know he had higher aspirations, but I'm like, "Bro, you're good at golf, bro." And it
he's
almost goes
average.
it goes back to what that basketball player, his name was Brian Scalabrine. He's probably the worst player in the
Yeah.
NBA, but he was playing like in a lifetime league. He said, "Man, I'm closer to LeBron than you are closer to me," which is a true statement. Which is a true
Yeah.
statement. But again,
Yeah.
Emma, thank you for coming on, taking the
Thanks,
time, man. You've been a great
guys.
friend,
You were
and
fantastic. Yeah.
yes,
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks. I
yeah.
want to come back. I loved it. It was
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Let's
ooh,
maybe
yeah.
KPMG or Women's U.S. Open.
yeah,
Yeah,
King.
absolutely. We'll get Emma Talley
Okay.
back on here. Yes, and tell Patrick I say hello as well.
I will. Bye,
Absolutely.
guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Emma.
Happy Chevron week. Bye.
Yes.
Happy
See you.
Chevron Week. Let's go.
Bye.
Yes. And former LPGA Tour player Emma Talley, man, did a great job. Chevron
I love
Championship,
her,
man.
man. She's
She
great.
has a great personality, but also as I already kind of spoiled for us, Betsy King, Hall of Famer, will be on soon. So please like and subscribe. It's gonna be one of our longer podcast episodes, but we got good. It's a major week. We want to talk major golf. Again, everyone keeps talking about the Masters over. You got to wait for the PGA Championship. No, you don't. You have to wait 2 weeks, and the Chevron is going to be awesome. So be ready to tune in from there.